back.
Going back.
Rolling back.
Oh. He'll get it.
Go forward.
He'll get it.
Did he
That's
get it?
Yeah, there we go. Got it.
Oh my God.
We'll keep it. We'll keep it.
They didn't do it again.
Bedtime Babble.
Champagne and bullets.
Sham what? Also known as Road to Revenge and also known as Get Even.
I couldn't go on.
Who's she looking at?
Oh my God.
John DeHart is the writer, director, composer, lead actor.
Think it hurt? Not a problem. Got it away.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Oh, big slap.
I read an interview with him. They asked him what action movies inspired you to make this, and he went, "Oh, I don't really watch action films."
See you real soon on the street, hopefully, huh?
Hey, here's a quarter. Buy yourself a personality.
Oh.
Wow.
Zinger.
Sick bird.
Which is so ironic because he has none.
He just couldn't get any work, so he
yeah.
decided to write something. I had an idea and it just went a bit far, kind of thing.
I love that.
Let's get going. We're dancing. We're dancing.
This is like if you were making a movie and you had no one to cast, you just turn around and went, Dad, can you be in this?
And you're going to be my best man.
He was training to be a lawyer at the time, and he's now a lawyer and does occasional sort of fan stuff.
This is the story of Rick and Huck, who are two cops who get set up and sacked for drug use by their corrupt boss.
What's your problem, Normad? You almost got Huck killed. Oh, my. You know, if that guy dies, we're doing the whole world a favor.
And then it's basically the story of those two going through quite dark times. Rick finding some goodness in his life through Cindy. They get married. Cindy then gets killed by, turns out to be Normad and his gang. Then Rick goes along and kills everyone. It felt like the movie is just a selection of weird scenes.
Come on, pretty baby, let's do this.
This is his vision. Right? This is what he wanted to show you.
Like, this is bizarre, like Reeves and Mortimer style. Like,
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't like. It's funny, but I can't really tell you why it's funny because it's so bonkers.
There's a weird awkwardness to all of it.
What are you drinking, bud? I'll have a beer, buddy. Beer, buddy? Beer, buddy.
Oh, he cracked him with that one.
Yes.
All of it feels both scripted and yet improv at the same time, and it does an amazing job at that.
Do you have a New York school?
You know I always got a new joke for you, Ben.
Oh, yes.
This very attractive young lady goes to the doctor for a checkup. The doctor says, hey, you got to disrobe. She says, I'm very shy. Can we turn the lights off? He says, okay. He turns the lights off. She takes her clothes off, and she says, doctor, where should I put them? He says, right over here on top of mine.
That one was good.
It's quite a profession.
Oh, yeah. Because the shots are long as well.
Yeah.
Oh, horribly
They
long.
hold them long. They don't get any cutaways a lot of the times. So you just see the whole scene play out, and you see the awkwardness of someone who's not really an actor of what do they do when they're not saying their line, and it's like, oh, they look weird.
Yeah. If you're talking about John DeHart specifically, there's things in this film where he is so it's like he's surprised to be in it.
All right, you want to hear it or not?
Nobody wants to hear Hamlet's speech, and Shakespeare wrote it.
You know what? I really don't.
Oh, he thought that was clever.
He sings a song in a bar, like almost like live karaoke type thing. It seems like, which I'll be honest, sounds quite cool.
They call him up.
Get up off that leather-covered carpet of yours and get up here. We're going to do your favorite song.
Good idea. Good thinking. Come on, go up to the sing.
Yeah, come on, Rick. Come on, Rick, sing us a song.
Please,
Come on, Rick.
He gets up to sing and he looks scared.
Well, it's leak and it's sliding all across the floor. Grooving two by two, stomping for some more.
The shimmy slide was one he bought.
My feet start to moving as they push me.
Why is he so dead behind the eyes?
He loved it so much, and he sings it so well.
Oh, you're on fire when I grab you by...
He
like he really doesn't want to be there. But I can't believe that because he's written it and he's directed it.
Because he bought it, he wants to use it more than once.
Oh, so it does appear more than once.
Let's do it again. Oh, you're on fire.
It starts one of the sex scenes, one of the awful, awful sex scenes.
And now you're here, and now you hear the thunder die.
Is this him singing as
I
well?
hope it is. I hope it is, because I wish I had a tenth of this man's confidence.
I've never felt so awkward.
I would rather have been sat in a room with my parents.
Yeah.
Here we go, lads. Here we go. So what we've all been looking forward to. The female body. It was weird to see so much, like, tits with my lads.
Oh, it's just uncomfortably long.
Yeah.
Felt a bit gratuitous, did it?
Yeah, I've never been a
Oh,
part...
no, it didn't
I've
bother
never been
me
a part of
particularly.
that, oh, come on, lads, all come over, let's all watch porn together, right? I've never been a part of that culture like Dave has.
Feels like your mates just put porn on and it's got really awkward.
It's not just your mates put porn on. Your mates gone, oh, guys, guess what? My dad made this fucking excellent porno and we should all sit and watch it.
Hire quite an attractive young lady.
He didn't just hire an attractive young lady, he hired Pamela Jean Bryant. And Pamela Jean Bryant was Playmate of the Month in Playboy in April 1978.
Royalty.
When I left you, I didn't know what to do. I felt lost. I started hanging out with a different crowd. Strangers who I thought were my friends.
I imagine if he'd got an actress who had just been a jobbing actress and had shown her the script, she'd have been like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
This is
Or do we have to do
we
that,
have to
maybe?
or do we have to do it for as long as that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still going.
Yeah. I've got to pee.
Tom's going for a wank.
He probably justified it to her in an artistic way.
Do you think?
Yeah, he probably sat her down and said, he really loves you. And we need to let the audience know that. Also, I promised my mates that they'd see some tits if they came to watch this at the premiere.
If they funded my movie.
That was it. That was definitely a point you could have ended it, but no.
Are they still having sex? No way! I beat them!
We thought they finished. But then he just started another verse of the song.
Mad.
One of the sex scenes is 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awful. It's bad.
This is horrible.
Yeah.
Like watching a homeless man wank in a bush. Just like, oh, you just can't take your eyes off it. I'm disgusted by what I'm seeing.
I did see that.
Did you really?
Yeah, in New York. It wasn't a bush, it was a bench.
But just a homeless guy.
Yeah, having a wank, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we're in his house.
How about I make you a nice home-cooked meal tonight?
And he says, how about we just skip straight to the dessert and I'm having you? Or something like that. Or how's about I have you for dessert and we skip straight
You said it's slicker than him.
Yeah, quite possibly. But
Definitely.
Definitely. Well, what can I say? I'm my lady's man.
It's not saying much about you.
No, it's not. It doesn't say anything about me at all.
Did have a sweet tooth.
Oh.
It's like watching your dad have sex.
And then we discover that there's someone else in their bedroom.
Stop loving me. Don't stop.
Who's that?
No! No!
They've got voyeur.
It's so much hand that I thought, oh, someone's about to enter the frame and join them. Maybe it's his best mate.
Maybe
How progressive.
Maybe Huck's on his way
Yeah,
in.
but no, it's just, nope, that was the stage hand.
Ouch. Huck is the best thing in this film.
You son of a bitch. You crazy mother. Come on, you want some of me? Come on, take it all. Get your ass out of the... Your ass.
Because it's just an actor He clearly doesn't rate this much, but I thought I'm just going to get a little bit pissed and I'm going to have fun.
Number two, I just remembered. I'm really fucked. I'm totally fucked.
That feels real. Yeah. Oh.
He drinks bleach.
Yeah.
He drinks bleach, and then in the next scene, he's flirting with a nun.
That's a character arc.
Yeah.
It's a fucking roller coaster, that is.
Well.
I don't have it. Rick moved out, and Jesus Christ, I don't have enough money for the rent, Alex.
You're just gonna have to borrow it then.
It feels more Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo in Mario Brothers, where he's got shit-faced every day because
Just
it's
trying to
horrible
cope.
to work on.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden you come here for alimony? Why all of a sudden do you need money, huh? What about this fat guy you're driving around a Mercedes-Benz with?
Yeah. What about the fat guy?
So we watched Cut 1, which is Champagne and Bullets. That's an hour and 40 minutes of movie.
Solid.
Solid movie.
Filled with visuals.
Cut 2, I think it was something like an hour and 15 minutes long, or an hour and 20 minutes long. So there's a good 20-25 minutes chopped off. That was called Road to Revenge, and that's what it's known as on IMDb. The main difference between the one we watched and that is that it had all the sex scenes cut out. There's 3 sex scenes in this film. They don't add up to 25 minutes.
Felt like
I suppose
it.
they do add up to about 15.
Yeah,
so maybe
if it's
Yeah.
3 songs. Yeah.
So then with some other guff, I mean, there's plenty of
Yeah,
it.
but then Cut 3, which was known as Get Even, with no space in it for some reasons. That was the same as Cut 1, but with a couple of additional scenes. One of which features John DeHart feeding his poodle. The other additional thing is him doing karate practice on his own in his garage. So the scene where he gives his Hamlet soliloquy
To be or not to be, that is the question.
is the same scene we hear Cindy's story, her telling us what happened in the short time that her and Rick were broken up. But it turns out in her short time of being away from him, she got involved with some wrong-uns, some bad guys. That led to drink and drugs. But then subsequent to drink and drugs, she realised that what she'd also joined was a satanic cult. And
just fell into it.
No! Stop! You can't go through with this! Don't stop! You can't go through with this! No, please!
I knew there was something wrong with this first time I saw her.
Yeah, you were right.
No more noise out of you. Simply serving our master, whether you like it or not.
Baby is still executed by Normad,
He asked only.
He asks only.
our judge corrupt.
He's back.
So yeah, I met a satanic cult and they sacrificed a baby.
Yeah.
No, just let me go.
Don't let me go.
She tells this horrific story of being involved effectively in the murder of a child.
I shouldn't put you through all this. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
I can still get hard.
And then she essentially just says, will you do that thing from Hamlet for me? And he then gives the whole to be or not to be speech.
And by a sleep to say, we end the heartache in 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
Oh my. Oh.
Having just been told that his girlfriend has witnessed the murder of a baby, delivers the whole fucking speech.
Conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er by the pale cast of thought.
And then they have a cuddle, and then they go and have sex by the fire.
They go to Cindy's parents.
They do.
The parents know that she had joined some satanic cult,
She,
right?
she obviously
Yeah,
put it in
so-
a Christmas card.
You chose to be weak in the face of temptation.
And they are vile.
They are.
Don't waste your time with trying to help her. Everything you say just goes in one ear and out the other. You are just as inflexible as he is.
Don't be attacking your mother.
She's not my mother! My mother was wasting away from living with you and all your uncompromising ideas. That's why she left you.
He looks almost the same age as the dad. He
I
doesn't
would-
look
that's
much
the
younger
thing.
than him.
That was awkward.
Rick and Cindy are having a chat outside about whether or not Rick should be there and whether or not families should solve their problems themselves. The dialogue is terrible, but the really weird thing about it is for the whole bit where they're standing there until the door opens again, Rick is stood with both hands up in the air like he's leaning on something. I've watched it back twice now, and I can't get my head around the creative decision that leads to. Yeah, that looks good.
Well, I don't think it led to it was good. I think it was like, I've got to do something with my hands now, and I've done this.
So do you think I'm reading too much into the intent?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right,
He
fair
turned the camera on and he did his scene.
Yeah.
And then he turned it off and he put it in a film.
Cherry.
Put on a good show.
Who's that?
Someone's fucking nan, I think.
When we meet Cindy, we also meet Cherry, who I think is Cindy's mum.
I thought it was his mum.
It could be. It could just be someone he knows that he asked. To be
Yeah,
in
I
it.
just
Like,
thought it was
for
someone they
in terms of
know.
Casting.
And she's just meant to be a friend, and we've all gone,
Yeah.
she looks a bit older, must be someone's mum.
Bullshit. Normad can't hear this case.
What are we gonna do about it?
Listen, you polyester.
That's his mum, innit?
First time Huck gets arrested, there's a whole. It's about 5 minutes of a chap just talking to them, and I watched it twice, and I was like, "What? Why is this here?"
Well, because otherwise it would be a lot of sex, and he didn't want to make porn. He wanted to make art.
He wanted to make art, did he? Should we move on to the horrific scene that happens in this film?
And we can help you to remember.
I would have been okay with just not talking about it.
No,
as
you've
well,
got
to be
you've
honest.
got to talk about it because of the fact that he thought it was all right to put this in his film.
This film is really all over the place, isn't it?
It's a romantic comedy. The tone that he thinks this film is set in is not the tone that people are watching it in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it feels
yeah.
even more uncomfortable.
Like she seems like she's going through an ordeal, so it's well.
She sells
it's,
it.
it's kind
She
of
won
well,
an Oscar for it.
well performed.
It's
but-
awkward. It's horrible
Yeah.
to watch.
What a shame to give that performance for that thing
I know.
in this film.
That's
Yeah.
awful.
You've got Rick and Cindy on a motorbike being chased by the goons in the BMW.
We got her.
What do you mean we got her?
What? How'd that happen?
But you don't see any of this happen, so you just have to assume that she's dead at this point
Wow.
because of
And
the
what
way
does
he
assuming
acts.
do?
Well, I would say that it makes no, isn't it? What's an assumption is the mother of all fuck ups.
Yeah, assume makes an ass out of you. and
Yeah,
me.
but it's the assumption is the mother of all. Anyway,
I didn't ask you that one though, did I?
no, I know, but it's a better one. She then has a funeral, which kind of validates said
Yeah.
assumption.
It was a safe assumption.
Yeah, it was
Like,
fairly
fairly
safe.
Like if
yeah.
I had to put money on it.
Yeah,
What happened to her helmet?
She threw it off, I told you.
Why?
So that she could die in the crash.
What? Because she wanted out of the film.
but you don't even get a sound.
No.
There's not even the sound of a
Yeah,
crash.
there's not a lot of sounds that should
No.
be in this.
Nor is there any balance to the audio at all.
No.
When there's music on, you just can't hear them talk.
You've been married,
Oh, he's a bum! He tried to kill me!
So if you didn't do anything to her, you can explain that to the judge. You get your day in court. And right now.
I mean, what is happening with the music?
I'm not going anywhere until you
And then in a very poorly executed way,
Yeah.
he does go and he just
He poorly executes people.
he breaks someone's neck by simply gently turning their head to
Yeah.
the left with, again, no sound effect. We then cut to him by the graveside of his wife.
I will, and I know it's difficult, but please give me a ride back to the hospital first.
This is weird. I thought he'd moved on.
Exactly.
Already?
At that
This
point,
was, yeah, this
I
was
like,
going to be a.
He was gonna bed a nun
Yeah.
at the grave of his dead wife.
Absolutely.
But no, that's not what it was. She takes him to the hospital. Turns out his wife's not dead.
There's someone here who wants to see you.
Cindy.
Sorry?
Are you fucking joking?
He doesn't really react in a way that you would expect a man to find out his dead wife is actually alive.
Mira, viejo, a mí no me importa quién carajo tú crees tú eres. Para mí tú no me faltas de respeto. Mejor te la paso falta de respeto.
I think I'm going to give this a 4 because I really did. I genuinely laughed a lot when I watched this first time and then when I watched it second time. And that doesn't happen often.
You got no goddamn class, okay? My buddy here can speak Hamlet.
It's a 3.5 for me. It is good. It is funny. It's got moments of Neil Breen-ness about it. There's too much sex scene.
I don't want to watch him have sex anymore.
Look.
I'm really burnt out on it.
Do you think if we'd watched Road to Revenge, the
give it
famed
more.
second cut, you'd have given it a higher
Maybe.
score?
There were moments that just dragged a little bit, and it was mostly the sex scenes because it was like, come on, like, let's get this over with, you know, which is how I always think about sex.
Very solid 3. There is genuine comedy to be had in a group of friends watching it, but those bits do make you feel so awkward because it is like watching your dad touch up his his favorite Playboy model from the 70s.
Yeah. So Champagne and Bullets gets 10.5 out of 15.
If you enjoyed this, like it, subscribe to it, ding the little bell if that's your way. We also
here's other things. Here's a Neil Breen film called Pass Through Review. That's a good one. And here's a rando one for whatever you're liking.
YouTube doing its thing, telling you what you like.
And we should all sit and watch it.